What's up, America? It's Thugzilla on your Wednesday night. Tonight's going to be a special show. I didn't want Twitter to have all the fun. Old Elon and Matt Tlaib. Because that's the national, and by God, we got to pay attention. But I'm going to show you a small dichotomy of the national, local. None of our politics matters until it hits your front door. Be it the kids have litter boxes in the girls and boys restroom, porn in the kids' library where parents get involved in their politics, or overtly trying to protect other people from being flooded out due to overdevelopment. We have been at war here in South Carolina. I posted on all of my socials. I posted the ACU, the American Conservative Union, which is CPAC, the United States and all of its states, and it goes from red to blue. Then there's shades of purple. Based off of the voting from their own legislature, Senate, and their governor, dictates what makes those states red, really red, or blue, or purple. Please go to all my socials. I posted that, and it is up to date. And we are bluer in South Carolina than we are than North Carolina or infamous Georgia. I do what I do because I'm sick of the establishment asshats going constantly full tilt on you, the people. They love Trump and they love to stand next to him. They even wave the flag and take his money, don't they? The minute he's not paying attention or he's gone, he turns on MAGA. He turns on America First. He turns on every one of you patriots. They turn on him and then come after us. I've talked about how they have tried to pull a coup here in Horry County. Apparently there's a lawsuit. They want tables and antiques and shit so that they can try to prove themselves right. I talked to one lawyer today about the write-up, and he said whoever wrote this up was in 5th grade. They're terrible. If they're a lawyer, I don't know who they are, but this is the worst filing for a magistrate court I've ever seen. And ladies and gentlemen, over the next 3 days, I'm going to continue to drop on Facebook right now because I've only had a little bit of time. We have come across a secret Telegram page that has been put together. And as I've read through the 300 some odd screenshots, it seems this was put together in order to be the communique, if you will, for the establishment GOP. And I can say that now because they actually said it in the text. I can't make this up. I swear to God. Now, me doing this is going to put a lot of people on blast. Me doing this it goes all the way up to Lieutenant Governor and Governor's office per their text. I can sit here and tell you everything that they normally do. I can sit here and put it all into perspective. And this all came about because Reese Boyd III, Esquire, refused to come on my show and talk to the fraudulent, absolutely 1,000% fraudulent statements he made about good people that are trying to do patriotic things in their community. I've taken the oath of this country, and I can't stand, and I mean stand, bullies and people that actually believe, and I will always stick up for those that can't stick up for themselves or don't realize it. Well, we're going to educate you over the next 72 hours here on I'm Fired Up, on all of our socials, because we have full access to none other than the GOP pirates. And I'm going to tell you right now, that little thing right there is the first page, first deal in there. And it tells you the absolute disgusting joke of a group that this is and how pissed off they are. Ladies and gentlemen, Reese Boyd III, Esquire, who you see started the group, is actually the man that Roger Slagle of Horry County smoked in the county convention. And he even went out there and said, well, it wasn't that close. It was like 20 votes. But we all go by percentages, right? When you watch Fox News, it's like we are at 52 and 51, whatever. He actually lost 52% to 44%. That's kind of an ass whooping, including, but not limited to, because there was a third candidate, it actually came out to he won a first ballot. You got smoked. And when I'm done with you for the last 3 days here, your words are going to smoke yourself. They've called me a liar. They said I wasn't in the military. They said I was stolen valor. They say that I have my financial problems and I have issues and I have this. The only thing they haven't said is I'm screwing a goat. That hasn't happened yet. Look out for tomorrow, maybe. They even name their sources to the specific press that they have underneath their thumb. Then all they have to do is make a call, and they actually wrote that let's call this press because we know they'll write for us to take out Chad Caton, Roger Slagle, Tracy Beans, and Jeremy Halpin. That's right. Tracy Beans of Uncover DC was our executive committee woman, and she has since resigned because this is so ridiculous here to the level of attacks that come on by this, that it has to be put out there in front. So we're going to use this hour to put out some of which as out. I just dropped, I think, close to 100 different text messages on our Facebook on I'm Fired Up. And this is actually their words. Again, here it is. There's Reese Boyd III, July 7th, 2021. 2021. This wasn't yesterday. This wasn't when Roger and Tracy and them said they were going to resign. This was in 2021, which is ironic because it was 3 months after we had our reorganization of the Republican Party and they all got smoked. The most powerful Republican Party in the state of South Carolina was taken by we, the people, my wife, and a litany of other people that got involved and did the precinct strategy and won. What I'm going to show you in the Diary of the Coup Part 1 is we're going to show you how they ramped it up, how they were all foamy and excited about trying to get out there and take down the new HCGOP. I wasn't able to put that many of the text up, and I may be able to do some while we're talking. You're going to have to work with me here because this all came together very quickly this afternoon. But tomorrow, that's right, Thursday, I have my Brighteon show at 10. I might talk about it a little bit, but I'm not going to make Brighteon about that. But tomorrow there will be another large dump, a very large dump. And then tomorrow night, I will come on the air at 8 o'clock and I will explain what that dump was about. You have to understand, these are 5 people that actually believed that they were in some sort of way safe. We can speak amongst ourselves. But all that is nefarious will end up in the light. God chose me. And I'm just going to say this right now. Over the next 3 days, the things that I am going to show and the things that people are going to be able to read and the expose that we're going to have here is going to cause people to do some dumb shit. More than likely come after me. So be it. We cannot be scared to expose these things any longer. We cannot sit idly by as our state decides to consider itself conservative, lie to Donald Trump and any other conservative that rolls through this joint, and then try to make us, excited that we're moving in the right direction when in fact, you heard it on Project Veritas. We're doing our own little Project Veritas here for the next 3 days, which is kind of cool. But we actually have had Project Veritas talk about Miss Matthews, who said, I need the bag boys and we need to take over the Republican Party from the inside out. Go look at ACU, American Conservative Union. Go click on the flag or the map of the United States. And I think you will be aghast when you see exactly how purple South Carolina is. This is ground zero. You've already had Joe Biden and the Democrats saying they want to switch the first primary to South Carolina. They said it because of diversity. They think that would be good, but I've got a little theory. And my theory is that you've got somebody called Nikki Haley who McMaster can no longer run again. So he doesn't have any loyalty to Trump. And you got Drew McKissick, the state party chairman, the petulant one, who doesn't care. And they're going to put up Nikki Haley and they're going to bust their ass to make sure Nikki Haley is at least second or third out of South Carolina. And then they're going to load it up with a bunch of other states that probably don't like Donald Trump very much, so that he's behind the proverbial 8 ball all the way until they can't hide it anymore. And they take away Trump's momentum so that he is not the candidate for the Republican Party. I'm calling it. So let's get into it, shall we? So I showed you the first post, the pirate, the GOP pirates, give themselves a name. I wonder if they got jackets and stuff. Hey, Reese, go ahead and put in the chat if you got a jacket. You have a motorcycle jacket or something with that? This skull and crossbones, that's cool. All right. First one out the gate. They're already talking about Greenville County, who was with us in Horry County as to taking out the establishment. Jim Furry is the former FBI special agent that lives here, retired in South Carolina, and has if you're anywhere around our social media, has come after me and my wife for a very long time. Now we know he's with the cabal. I wonder if the state party can just not recognize the Republican organization in Greenville. What? And by the way, for the new Republican Party that Drew McKissick, the petulant one, has tapped because Roger supposedly resigned, these are people that are in that. Reese Boyd III Esquire happens to be the new chairman to the Happy Hour Club over there. And I don't know what the former FBI agent is. And he's sitting here on this thread. I wonder if the state party could just not recognize the Republican organization in Greenville County. This just empowers the ones here. I think the 5 of us are already formulating a unified opposition. That is right there in July. A unified opposition to duly elected ECs and chairman of the GOP. This is corruption at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. At its finest. And do not miss Friday. Friday has nuclear bombs in it. But here it is right here. Jim Furry, former FBI special agent, saying that the state party should just screw it. We don't like them, so let's not recognize them. Screw the 200-year charter you have, right? Because these people go out there and say, I'm a super Republican, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I know what the hell I'm talking about, and my teeth are kind of straight and yellow, and tough shit. I mean, this is who I am. And they come after everybody to the point where they've get in your face, go to online and write police reports. This is happening all over the country. I'm just not that bright or give a damn, nor am I scared of anyone but the Lord our God and my wife. And this is where it's at. These people think that they are better than all of you. These people believe that they can just push it around because they have some sort of place at the proverbial table that is the establishment GOP. This is happening with you Democrats also. How many of you have actually been able to sit back and go, where in the hell did AOC come from? I'm not that kind of Democrat. I've heard it over and over again. This is everywhere. And for those of you that are saying, let's just screw the Republican Party. I'm not going there. We go over there and get the lion, that cool liony thing. We'll call ourselves the Patriots or something. It'd be cool. This is a two-party system in this country. Right now, the Democrats and the Republicans are the only ones that actually have primaries where tax dollars, that's right, tax dollars are deciding who is going to be nominees for each club. Because that when we use the bylaws and all that, they're like, it's just a club. And I've got solicitors, I've had the sheriff, I've had other people that are in law enforcement say, yeah, it's a club. So it really doesn't matter. But we have thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars running primaries across this country for Republicans and Democrats. And if we allow this corruption to continue to happen in the Republican Party and for you lives over there, we will find no semblance of a republic any longer. That divide will constantly be there, and that divide will only fester. And as that divide festers, we will find ourselves in situations socioeconomically that we're not going to know what to do other than probably hunt one another. This is written throughout history. I'm trying to stop it. Because unlike the former FBI agent, who is okay with circumventing duly elected people, says right there, I wonder if the state party could just not recognize the Republican organization in Greenville. Kind of like Drew McKissick said he's not going to do with Roger and our new executive committee woman, Shannon Grady, and our vice chair, Jeanette Spurlock. So they obviously listen to the former FBI agent who has circumvented the vote, and to the point where he's like, we don't like them, so we're going to do this. You're the nerds that are pissed off at the football team, and you're over there with your fidget spinner making out some kind of strategy to take us out. But you're terrible at it. Don Bound, right here, the next guy. He happens to be the founder of Red Hats for Trump, formerly, before he was told to cease and desist and stop using Make America Great. Now it's Red Hats for America, because of America, and keeping America, America, America. It literally sounds like that. I don't really even know what it's called. Frankly, don't give a damn. We have no choice but to have a plan to combat the crazies. The duly elected crazies, my sir. The duly elected crazies, 3 months out of convention because you didn't get your pony Reese Boyd III Esquire. You are so pissed off that at 70 some odd years old, who knows how old he is, that he is actually going to go out there and make a statement like this, where we have no choice but to have a plan to combat the crazies. And here comes their great leader who started this entire GOP pirates, Reese Boyd III, who also likes to call people, I don't know, Stasi and brown shirt Bolsheviks and Nazis. Yeah, we can go into that later. Guys, just had an interesting conversation with Drew McKissick. Oh, what? Just on the radio the other day, he said, I'm an observer. I was not a part of anything, and I was called by the people to run for the GOP and save it for the greatness that it is here in South Carolina. No, sir. You're a liar. And you are talking to Drew McKissick. Now, not necessarily in this piece, but I have more. This is where Drew is trying to explain away, like I did on other shows, that there was no ballot harvesting in Gville. That stands for Greenville, South Carolina. Reese Boyd, guys, just had an interesting conversation with Drew McKissick. He claims there was no ballot harvesting going on in Gville, that the folks complained of initially didn't pay. That the folks complained of initially didn't pay, but that a donor paid their convention registration fees, which per Drew has happened before. It's not a problem. Some rich guy, he just said, screw it, we'll pay for everybody's Form 1s. And for the record, just so you all know, this wasn't $20. This was not $150. This was $750. I mean, $7,050 or $500. I'm not $7,500 or $750. I don't know. I can't remember. But this, you're talking $7,000 worth of people. It's what, 25, 125? They actually were paid for by a donor. And Drew's like, it's cool. Like, it's not a problem. He thinks we should start a, oh, there it is right there. Drew McKissick thinks we should start a new group to be the vehicle for the state party to rely on in Horry County. That's Myrtle Beach, folks. That's Chad Caton's county. I told him I'd add that to our agenda. That's right, agenda. So what? We haven't got the agenda, of course. But I'm wondering if, destroy Chad Caton, make Elizabeth Caton crazy. Let's contact the military. Let's say Chad wasn't in the military. Let's go after Roger Schlegel, saying he's a Chinese spy. Yeah, that was said. As Roger worked in China, going after intellectual property stolen from the United States. Again, these scumbags who have never served a day in their life, with the exception of Furry and woo. That's right up there with the rest of the Comeys in the FBI, isn't it? I mean, at least they were all trained the same. Have never stood a post or done anything for their country, have we, Reese? But there it is. He thinks we should start a new group to be the vehicle of the state party to rely on in Horry. So there is the state chairman, per his new happy hour club chairman, making the statement that we are, in fact, going to put up auxiliary shadow groups, whatever the flip you want to call it. That's why Shannon Grady Monday, came out and said, I ran the Horry County Republican Women's, and I was tapped by the SCGOP to undermine the HCGOP that is none other than Roger Schlegel, Tracy Beans, and Jeremy Hall. Let's see what else we got, shall we? Jim Furry, former FBI agent, agreed. Maybe Drew could meet with us sometime and give us some ideas how to counter the grassroots effort. Wait. Did he just say we need to counter the grassroots? Isn't grassroots what Drew McKissick says he is all the time? We are the Republican grassroots. We are the Republican grassroots. We are the Republican grassroots. And here they are. Here is Mr. FBI boy saying we need to figure out a way to squash the grassroots, which is what makes America great in every aspect of our voting and running for office. Grassroots is always something real where the people are out there. He even admits that the people are with us. He even admits that they are all thinking the way we are, but they're smarter than you. They're smarter to the point where they will call themselves grassroots outside, but see in their little super secret corners of the world, give us ideas how to counter the grassroots effort. If you see it in green here, that's Shannon Grady, the civil elephant, and she's admitted to this and apologized, and that's why she's come forward. The silver elephant dinner is July 30th, maybe before it begins. Afterwards, we can meet up with him. Don Bound. Jerry. Time out. Let's introduce all the players. Jerry McDaniel is the former. Wait for it. Ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong. South Carolina GOP director. That's right. The former director of Donald Trump's South Carolina is trying to take out the grassroots where she started her entire political career. And here she is listed in the pirate GOP to take us out. Jerry was working on getting us there. That's the silver elephant. And it's like $1,500. I reckon they're calling in some favors so that nobody has to pay $1,500 to go to this stupid dinner, because Jerry was working on it, getting us there. She said she would get back to me. Not sure what she is thinking yet. A sit down with Drew could be a good thing. Well, holy crapadola. When we come out Friday, you're going to see a whole bunch of emails that have never been answered by Drew McKissick or his staff at the GOP. And you guys got to remember, there was no fighting here. It was just they were mad. Their panties were in a wad right here. Okay? Keep up. So Jerry McDaniel, when I said former director of South Carolina, not real sure, but you can go on the payments of Trump 2016, I think it is. And there's actually a Washington Examiner or Washington Post story talking about how she was terminated from her job. I believe it was 2 months or 5 weeks or something. I'm not sure. It wasn't a long time. Oh, we'll get that posted so that you all don't think I'm a liar, because that's their thing. Chad's a liar. Yep, here we are. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we'll go to the next one here. Absolutely, we stay positive and above the fray. We have to. There is no way we can't be as nasty as they are. Stay positive and outshine them. I think you mean out. We have the teams to win if we don't screw up. Hey, Don. You screwed up because you wrote that, and now we have it. Red hats for America. America's America. Awesome. Super, super duper. So we have to. There's no way that we can be as nasty as they are. Hey, Don, this whole Telegram page is to take out the duly elected, most powerful county GOP that took it from your little friends. And we're nasty? And by the way, not one of you bastards, scumbags, can say that we came for you in any way. You came in there and tried to take out Roger, tried to take out me, tried to take out Elizabeth, tried to take out Jenna Spurlock, tried to take out... You guys have been using all your power all over the place to try to take us out. But see, we're not scared of you. We're not. And we're going to stand in your face. Because you're the nefarious, evil sons of bitches that are trying to take out good people. You are trying to circumvent the vote of we the people. You are trying to circumvent everything that this country is supposed to stand for. I'll be damned if you walk around in a American flag shirt that some dude painted on you and tell me you're a patriot when you're doing this. You're a disgusting old man that was a plagiarist for a very long time and trying to make money off Donald Trump. And I did the math. That's about 60 grand. Your words. I have that too. We'll get to it later. Sorry. And see the little guy in the suit there with the blue shirt? That's Reese Boyd III, Esquire. Apparently, it is a resolution. So we skipped ahead a little bit here. And I just want to show how Jim Furry is the ultimate bootlicker. That's right, a bootlicker, sycophant, somebody that just can't see the truth, and regardless, because he has his little seat at the table where he's allowed to go to the mansion and have some tea or some other BS. But here it is. Apparently, it's a resolution to censor Drew McKissick, because we did that here in Horry County. We censured him for the nefarious things he did in Greenville against the Greenville GOP. It's kind of what you're supposed to do. Who's going tomorrow night? Don Bounds looking for the next happy hour. Jim Furry, I've forwarded the email you roll call vote to identify how many who voted against Trump endorsed candidate Drew McKissick also supports this resolution. Jerry McDaniel, she's the former South Carolina Trump director. I will be going tomorrow night. Hope all will be at lunch at Rios. So on the radio the other day, Liz Calloway's like, so, this was said. He goes, yeah, there was a meeting at my office and I forgot all about it. And I didn't even think about it because I haven't seen or talked to these people in months. Not only have you seen and talked to them, it seems you guys have a meeting after every meeting of a meeting. And then sometimes you go to Columbia and Drew pats you on the head. I just put a picture of that up on Facebook where it looks like he's saying, hey, man, I think we're not going to be able to do that thing we promised you. Right. So Furry is a constant bootlicker. Trump can do no wrong. Trump can do, he's the endorsed. He's the endorsed one. Because you know what, Mr. Furry? I have critical thinking skills. And I want my state to be red. And just because a bunch of rhinos went and told Trump doesn't mean Trump knows what's necessarily going on here. And if he does, then he's just an ass. I'll say it. Because why would you put a 58% conservative voting conservative up as a congressman? Couldn't tell you. But we'll see what he does, right, kids? Maybe we'll bring that average up. That'd be great. So the next one here. It's the former FBI agent, Jim Furry. Just to let you all know, Lisa Bryant called me, who is a lady in the party, and asked me when we were coming home. I just finished running, and she was ready to get he was ready to get in the shower. That would be an ugly picture. She said she thought the South Strand Horry County Republican Women's, the Red Hats, and the Linda McHugh group should all band together and form a new party. Now she said she can't see why Drew doesn't do the same thing in Horry County. I told her, be patient. She also told me Nick Katsanos almost pulled out because the board did something which he didn't agree. Well, ain't that a bitch? Sometimes things happen that you may not agree with, but damn it, I'm taking my football and going home. I'm taking my big Greek ass football and I'm going home and I'm quitting the party and I'm going to talk shit the rest of the time. And then I've got the South Strand. You all know who does the South Strand Republic of Women? That just formed, didn't it? Yep. I believe Skinwalker runs that. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. This is all the way back in July, kids. Who's been working for you? So here's a good attack for me. In Horry County, I told her to be patient. She also told me Nick Katsanos pulled out because the board did something with which he didn't agree. And she added that Regina Cassidy told her, she likes happy hour. Chad and Elizabeth were having financial difficulties and were worried about losing her house. I told her when Ann and I got home, we would go out to dinner with Lonnie and her and talk. I asked her to notice how Val Summers and Nick Katsanos voted tonight. She has gotten better since she found out she is cancer-free. I'm glad she's cancer-free. Let's all give her a clap. Say I'm a Christian. All right, we're cancer free. Good for you. I actually mean that. We wish no harm on no one, even though you're talking about the finances that is me and my wife. My house has never even been close, never missed a payment. I did accidentally take some money out of that account, and like a couple days later, I realized I did that, so I couldn't automatically draft. Just to be truthful. And now we have a financial problem. Granted, I've got a lawsuit that I've got to pay for. I've got to defend. It's fair to say that the other side, this happy hour group that we're seeing here, the pirates, have cost me money. And apparently it's a topic that they feel warm and fuzzy to discuss. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Reese Boyd III is a serial liar. Drew McKissick was tagged. Good. Hey, Drew. Hope you're good. Merry Christmas. He also called us MAGA lepers. Yes, he absolutely did call us MAGA lepers, and we have that for another day coming up. We don't want to get too far away. Nope, not scared when you are in the right and your goal is protecting the people's voice. Nothing can scare you off. That is the vice chairwoman of the Horry County Republican Party, Jeanette Spurlock. Okay, let's go back. So, finances. So let me tell you, the Republican Party and people in it should be all about, conservative businesses, should be all about, having politicians come in to speak. Well, here you go. We'll go by protecting bad behavior. They will shrink. While Mike Connett, by the way, he's the new executive committee guy. If you guys all remember, he's the guy in the Mr. Potato Jacket, the really shiny gold lame. That was pretty cool. And talked a while ago. He said we won't get any, that they won't get any backing from businesses and local officials. Rut-row, Rorge. Oh, that's right. Drew said he was going to do auxiliary groups, and because he didn't like this GOP or the advocates that are in it, he's going to tell all of the Republican elected officials to stay away. He's also going to tell the businesses to not support said Republican Party. How is that supposed to help? How is that supposed to be in the grand scheme of the good old party? These people are actively working against we the people. Paying or just telling media to write hit pieces and continue to watch in everything they can on anybody that's on the other side, to post on Facebook, anywhere else they can, how much we've been called everything from Democrats to libertarians to you name it. And there it is right there. The executive committeeman of Drew McKissick's little HCGOP happy hour club, Mike Connett, Mr. Gold LeMay, and I talked a while ago, he said they won't get any backing from businesses and local officials. And when we get a stream of Henry McMaster, Pamela Evatt, Lindsey Graham, and Tim Scott, etc., visiting our groups and ignoring them, people will begin asking what's wrong with them. I wish WTKN, for those of you who don't know what that is the Liz Callaway Morning Show on 94.5 WTKN. Didn't give Tracy any airtime as well. WTKN and Audrey Hudson are valuable to us to offset all fired up. It's I'm fired up, you douche. Oh, here it is. And David Hux is useful once in a while too. Imagine that. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages, but there it is. This is right here where they're talking about they're going to take out the businesses. They're going to take out the support, meaning we have no political officials, and all Roger Slagle, Tracy Beans, and Jeremy Halpin did was run. They ran because of what Donald Trump showed us, and Tracy's words were actually, I can't tell people they're doing the wrong thing if I won't do it myself. She won on the first ballot, and she was ran off by the pirates of the GOP. That's why they were all surprised at our straw poll that went off so very, very well. They obviously didn't talk to all the businesses. They obviously didn't talk to all the proud Republicans that wanted to be nominated or, for that matter, win their primary. And Drew, the statement you made about us putting out a write-in campaign, that's going to hurt Friday a lot. But we're going to shout out the business. We've got the media under our wraps. WTKN, the Liz Callaway Morning Show. We get to use it whenever we want. Audrey Hudson used to write for the Sun News. I don't know what she does now. She's got a little bloggy thing somewhere where she runs writes her BS. And then also David Hux from Myrtle Beach SC News apparently is useful once in a while. I guess they're able to drop nugs on him. Shocker. Oh, the mouth-breathing media is amazing. So, yes, I can. Send me your email, Reese. Just for the record, I have told Liz personally, this is Don Bound, the founder of Red Hats of America, America, formerly of Trump, Red Hats of Trump. When Tracy Beans gets on the air every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, I turn the station off for a half hour. Shannon said me too. I did not make that statement public. I told her personally how I feel, my disdain for that woman. So as you can see, there's nothing that these people are saying that we're doing to them. Okay? For all of you people that are over there supporting these scumbags, they are not putting up that we did anything. I just disdain them. I dislike them. I don't like them at all because they exposed me. This is happening across the nation. We're just exposing it. And for those of you out there that want to know exactly how Reese feels about y'all, that list that Shannon is going to circulate, I presume, and let's look at the nut jobs who may not be ECs and are precinct officers, but who are the vocal social media intimidators. That's right. I'm an intimidator with your words, dumbass. And then let's figure out who the problem children are so we can figure out how best to assist them. See, Reese Points, he's a good guy. He wants to assist all of us. He wants to make us right with Jesus and how we're supposed to do it based off of his absolutely inept concept of political favor. You need we the people in this office because this guy right here is who Drew McKissick has made your new chairman other than Roger Slagle. And it's not just Horry County. This is across South Carolina. Oconee County's been attacked and their people have been taken out. And this has been systemic throughout this country. We had Cody Cagg on the other night talking about how in South Texas, you had to sign a letter that said that you were going to support the chairman as they sit before you went into precinct reorg. They made you sign a penance that said you're going to support her. It's because of apathy. It's because people don't understand what reorg is. This is a two-party country, like it or not. And all you libertarians, you can lose your mind. I don't care. But the last time another party came up was the Tea Party. I believe that was Ted Cruz was one of the biggest names that actually got elected. He now has an R after his name because that's what happens. Once the Tea Parties throw somebody in there, we have another conservative group that goes past the Republican Party. They swarm their arms around him and they give him a big seat at the table. They put the cool hat on him and let him eat steak. And before you know it, they're Republican. That's the Republican establishment letting you know exactly who they are. And here's Reese Boyd, who's supposed to be a leader in men and women. Let's look at the nut jobs who may not be ECs or precinct officers, but who are the vocal social media intimidators. And let's figure out who the problem children are so that we can figure out how best to assist them. Is that supposed to be a threat, sir? You know, I wish he was here. I asked him. I actually gave him 3 days to bone up and grow a spine and come on the show. He won't do it because he knows he can't win, Esquire. Here I am, a broken fireman. It does a podcast, and you're too scared to come on my show because these facts hurt. These things that you did not want the world to see are out. And I just thought that this was a special moment here with a former FBI agent. My email is furbear87. In case you don't have it, Shannon, Chad keeps complaining he is being cut off by Facebook, and his podcast consists of mostly loony lins. I wonder if maybe I could tell Teddy. I'll give Teddy Daniels a call and tell him you called him a loony Lynn. That might not be good. We need to keep focused on growing. The Drew won't have to throw them out. They will be looked upon as a bunch of anti-establishment whiners. And there it is. It would be really great if Horry was the only county to censure Drew. God give us courage. Oh. Did Jesus give you courage? Did he give you courage? I guess not. But for those of you who didn't see it, let's look at that again. The Drew won't have to throw them out. They will be looked upon as a bunch of anti-establishment whiners. You're damn right I'm an anti-establishment whiner. You are sitting here telling the entire world that you, Reese Boyd III Esquire, and the rest of your little happy hour group that has been taken over by the GOP or has tried to take over the HCGOP, not limited to, but helped to by the state chairman, Drew McKissick. You just labeled yourself as the establishment. Carrie Lake, if you're out there, how do you feel about the establishment right now? How about you, Mark Fincham? How about you, Abe Ahmadine? How about you, Teddy Daniels? How about, I don't know, Dan Bongino? You are actually wearing the name tag of establishment. When I would go out there on Facebook or whatever and call you establishment, you would throw a fit. here it is. Old Fur Bear, right there. His words, not mine. Fur Bear, 87. Oh, God. Former FBI agent Fur Bear, sir. A bunch of anti-establishment whiners. Yes, I'm anti-establishment. Your corner of the table and the scraps you lick off the boots of those that you lift up are not special. They're not. All it is a game. You'd think I would enjoy every minute of this. Those that know me know I don't. Whoa, this is a big one. Why Drew McKissick would never return David McMahon's phone calls or emails unless it regarded a case against David. Why the Oconee County Republican Men's OCRM Club was formed in early 2022, while Bill Sanford did not contribute to one. I don't know. I can't bring that up. And let's see here. Donna McDowell, I think. Jim Furry, where are you? I just want to let you know I'm an anti-establishment whiner. So okay. So we are. What did Hillary call us? Yeah, we're deplorables. We're lepers. We are anti-establishment whiners. Do y'all see what I'm talking about here? Are y'all starting to get it? Do you know how much it means to me that I have this and I have yet to scratch the surface? I swear to God. There's some stuff in here that might be something that might need to be investigated by somebody. I'm just going to say that. Trying to see if there's any other pieces I should put up here. Let's see, what's this one? That's why David H. was so bold. Snake. Your words. So, here's where we're at, people. I have the media that in the super secret pirate GOP, they are saying that they've got certain press under their proverbial thumb that they can use. We have an entire group of people that started 3 months after the convention, not in the resignation aspect of it, but in and during after the convention. They set up a group to undermine the people of Erie County and the people that worked their butt off to go out there and become part of their party. The people that sat there and looked at Donald Trump as he would speak at rallies and feel what he felt. The people that look at the American flag and the 4th of July and go out there and say, that's my America and I need to fight for it now. I don't know anything about politics, but I need to do something. So I'm going to join my Republican Party. And because Reese Boyd III Esquire didn't win, he starts the pirates of the GOP along with the former director of South Carolina, Trump, South Carolina, Jerry McDaniel, and the former Red Hats for Trump, now Red Hats for America's the command of America's to keep it American. They come out there and they are actively trying to take you out. You're damn right I'm fired up. Because I'm watching people with fake titles walk around and use the very people that are in position of power to take out good people, people that work their butt off, people that just delivered 3 tons of food to free ministries on the very other side of this county. Yet you go to your happy hour. You disgust me. And I've only begun. Tomorrow I will drop more. And I will do a show tomorrow night. And then Friday, I am going to drop more. And then Friday, I am going to play word for word Reese Boyd III Esquire's interview with Liz Calloway on 94.5 WTKN. I am going to play it word for word, and I have exhibits, and I will show every lie that man ripped out of his throat in order to besmirch good people that were duly elected by we the people. This is what it looks like, people. Show up, stand up, speak up. It's your republic. Fight for it.
You answer that question.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
And conquer we must when our cause it is just.